Today we're going to be talking about the importance of choosing the right location for your real estate property in the state of Ceara, Brazil. Hello there, my name is Luciano Oliveira. I am a Brazilian attorney. I'm here in Fortaleza, Ceara, and we're going to be talking about the importance of choosing the right location for your real estate property in the state of Ceara, Brazil. Just like it is said in the US, location is going to impact all the infrastructure that you're going to have around and how desirable your real estate is. Some foreign citizens, they want to be in Fortaleza. That's where the international airport is located. Most foreign citizens in Ceara actually come from Europe, and there are many direct flights from Europe into Fortaleza. So if you buy an apartment or even a beach house in Fortaleza, you are a flight away from your property. However, Jericoacoara, for instance, is a village which is far away from Fortaleza. It's an about like 7-hour road trip from Fortaleza. Then, of course, you need to fly to Fortaleza, usually spend an evening in Fortaleza so you can recover from the flight, and then spend another day driving to Jericoacoara. Jericoacoara is for certain one of the most beautiful places in the state, but that's not for everyone. Another consideration, the infrastructure is very limited over there. It's an amazing village. If you have the need for health care, like a hospital close by, you don't want to go to Jericoacoara because if something happens, you're gonna need to drive about 7 hours to reach a good hospital. There are hospitals by Jericoacoara, not exactly in the village, but they are gonna be in Jijoca de Jericoacoara downtown, which is the municipality where Jericoacoara is. But these hospitals, they are very, very basic, and they are about a 30-minute drive from the village of Jericoacoara. In the state of Ceara, Fortaleza is by far the most developed city. That's where you're gonna find services, healthcare, and really up-to-date infrastructure. We also see a lot of plots of land being sold throughout Ceara, and there are realtors actually specializing in selling those plots of lands, and they will always say, you know what, it's selling like crazy, and if you don't buy today, this thing is not going to be available a week down the road. And just like timeshare, people are going to sign up without giving enough thought. So our recommendation is you should at least have the deed for the development reviewed as well as the contract. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon for people to come to us saying, listen, I bought this plot of land 5 years ago, I paid off the entire thing, but I don't have the deed. I'm getting in touch with the developer, but they are not replying. At that point, there is not much we can do because we're gonna be chasing this developer, and the developer is gonna be hiding, and we're not gonna be suing this developer because the client is not gonna want to pay our services for 10 years, which is what a lawsuit in Brazil roughly takes. The developer is also gonna rely on this kind of difficulty of the client suing the developer to sell promises. Probably the majority of developers in Ceara are pretty serious and they do deliver what they are selling, but unfortunately it's not rare to find bad developers who are just selling to foreign citizens because they know the foreign citizen is going to go back to their native country. Maybe they are not going to come back to Brazil. They are going to pay off the property, and the developer is not going to go through the trouble of getting the closing handled. So our tip for those circumstances or for this type of property is never pay off a property without a closing. So you're gonna pay the property price in exchange of getting legal title to the plot of land. Another decision in terms of location, or more specifically about type of property, is off-plan properties or pre-construction properties. That's when you're gonna buy, for instance, an apartment in a building that's still gonna be built. So there is no building, you're just buying the right to a unit in that building. Usually you can get a really nice price break, usually 20%, 25%, sometimes even 30%. There is always some level of risk associated. We have have another video addressing that. Make sure to see our playlist and watch that video in particular. But the point is, buying pre-construction is usually much safer than buying plots of land. They are usually not really good idea in our perspective, unless you are paying for the plot of land in exchange for the seller signing the transfer deed, because in this case you're gonna get legal ownership, and that's a fair deal. Finally, just for you to start your journey, I think you should visit all the websites advertising properties in Ceara. If you look in the description, there is gonna be a guide where you can find the main websites listing properties. That's a really good way for you to start, and also throwing some names for you to consider. There is Canoa Quebrada, which means broken canoe. There is Morro Branco, which roughly translates as white mountain. There is Aquiraz, which most people who know Ceara know about. But in addition to those most well-known locations, there are other amazing beaches, amazing villages, and you should take your time to do your research. Don't rush yourself. Sometimes we see realtors rushing our clients because, of course, the realtor knows if you don't buy from them, they are not going to get their commission. So they are actually trained to keep the prospective buyer moving towards closing, and they are really good at it. We see even some of our clients who are physicians, who are engineers, who are officers in a large company, they are still pushed around by realtors, which is quite impressive to us. We say, listen, some realtors, they cannot even read or write. They're really simple people, but they're still good at their craft. So they are able to push clients around in a sense that they are rushing the client to make a decision. So our recommendation is, do not let people push you around. Take your time, visit 10 properties, 20 properties. You should enjoy the process, and only after you find the ideal property in the ideal location, you should pull the trigger. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you like it, and follow us for more tips.